Greetings, fellow hosts of the Acolyte. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the First Wendigo, episode 135, Cluster of Printers. Probably put a tunnel so they don't have to marathon around it. Yeah, it's probably something wise to do like that. Or, to go like this. So that it's both sides. Is it worth sending Bryzette on trade runs and far skipping home? Yeah, we could do that. I have a trade caravan coming here now, so I'm not going to do that just yet. But one of the advantages of that is there might be a possibility of Bryzette finding a high mate for sale somewhere that a slaver has put up for sale. So that would be fantastic. Because there's xenogerms that high mates have. That would be really nice. Old Geezer, thank you for the resub. 2 years. Oh, we have a rolling brownout. All the more reason to get this done, I suppose. There's other things I could do to, like, help the brownout, which would be to turn some things that we aren't using off. Coagulate and low sleep. Good. So that's a hemogenic gene, and low sleep is obviously useful. So coagulate is, requires, you to be a vampire or hemogenic in some way, and then low sleep as well. Unfortunately, they're paired together. So because they're paired together, I'm not keeping it. So although they're useful, because they're paired, I'm going to say I didn't get a good gene because they're grouped. Because I don't want coagulate paired up. Until Wendy has the ability to buy all the archetype genes for vampires, I don't think it's all that useful to start stockpiling vampire genes. Because the chance of her ever sort of redesigning her own vampirism is really, really low unless I add mods to have like gene traders or something like that. Because it's pretty infrequent that you have the ability to buy vamp genes. Oh, man. Alright, let me try to angle it a different way. So I'm trying to add a little bit more wind so that we just have fewer brownouts. Getting, ultimately, just a little tired of the brownouts. I'm sure I could fit... well, here, let me do it a little bit better. There we go. So they don't overlap one another, and then I can put a fifth one here. So 5 turbines, good enough. So I'll add to the priorities here. Guard Acolyte for mech clusters. And add power grid. Or expand power grid. How old is, what's her name? 14 still. We're going to have 2 births pretty soon. I'm not going to start the raffles beforehand, though, because I don't know what they're going to turn out as, because they're pink blocks that lack texture. I'm a little worried about them, if I'm honest. And Wendy's going to have to hustle to get these trades going, because it's very, very, very cold. And I think that these guys are going to leave, like, near immediately. So I'm even going to use skip to get in position quickly, because I don't think they're going to stick around long enough. for me to take my time to trade. They are growing, yeah. Oh, are you a high mate? You're a high mate. If only I could buy you. I'm going to buy the cloth off this one, because we ran out of cloth for our nutrimine and medicine production. Remember to sell the genes? Good call. There's one. And... oh, I can just turn you blue. And where's the other one? It was paired, so it might be down here. Oh, here's a deathless, unhappy, bushy beard. It's too bad it's paired with unhappy, because deathless would have been nice to make my own vampire, but I don't want to be a sad vamp. Happy vamps only, sorry. Tons of corsets. They do have some additional L-Tech stuff if I wanted to dress, rise it up. So here's the hemogenic coagulator. What did I get off the, what did I get off the hussar? I forget. Well, whatever. I don't think it's one that, I'm about to sell. So my relationship with them is 66, and I'm going to gift stuff to them in order to get my relationship up closer to 100. Hey, Ice Cold Beer Lover, thank you for the resub. Kidneys. All right, 92 is good enough. Let's get moving over to the west. Oh, did they have lances? No, they have no lances. Then someone's going to be responsible for bringing the cloth over. Hopefully the hauler bots will do it. What an ugly color. It's like a poor man's idea of what golden cloth would look like. This cloth dyed with urea. Where's the trader? Yeah, there. I'm so tempted to just, like, arrest the high mate. Or, like... I don't know. But I don't want to ruin the relationship, obviously. Alright, so I'm going to buy Nutrimine over here, again, for the medicine production. Wow, my plasteel is actually lower than I thought it was. So I need to start deep drilling plasteel. Got it. Are they not selling any genes? No, because this is tribal. Okay, that makes sense. Well, why do they have Nutrimine then? Hey, Icefire, thank you for the resub. They do have an Insane Lance. I'll buy it, just because I like my Insane Lances. And sell some lungs to be able to forward. I am getting the 2k plasteel from a quest. Yeah. That is coming. True. Okay, so there's silver from them, and the last trader is right there. I'll buy a soother. Susceptible, so weak immunity, psychically dull. Great medical orange skin. Hey, you could be Zoidberg. Great plants. I'm gonna buy great plants. I don't have any... yeah, I might be able to actually turn my slaves into farmers. That would be interesting. And that comes with cyclical doll as well, which is fine. I don't care about that. Gray-eyed, don't care. Stun and smoke pop. I have no idea if I need stun or smoke pop. I don't recall. They don't have... They have an architect arm, which I am going to buy. So... And then they're also... yeah. I'm confused. Can I sell them something? Oh, you know, I can sell them high subcores. There we go. Sell one high subcore, make up the difference. So stun, Wendy has, and smoke pop, Wendy has. Rise It has stun, but not smoke pop. Let me buy the smoke pop from them as well. So for that, I need a little bit more money. And lucky for me, I can just do this. Boop. Got the money now. Yeah, so what I'm thinking about the Great Plants is any of the colonists that, like, idle, it would be really good to have help out with the plants. Because the amount of time that we spend waiting for harvest is kind of absurd. Unfortunately, and this is what's really sad, I didn't get any, didn't get a single, shock lance off of that. So... that sucks. And now they're leaving because it's too cold. Will Brazza be sent out to go on a lingerie selling spree? Possibly. Quite possibly. I'm going to wait until some of those priorities are done, and then I'll pull you about running a trade caravan. I just want to make a little bit more progress on hauling stuff out from around the map. Because it's a bit messy to leave things the way they currently are. And I am so tempted to just, like, gank this high mate. So this is why I really want a high mate. So taking a look at the high mate. We have got very attractive, so it would make everyone like Wendy. She wouldn't mind manipulating them, but the really big one would be great social. I don't have anyone that could do social other than Wendy, not even Bryzit. And to be able to scan great social off a high mate would be fantastic, because then I would instantly have... I would go from what? Negative... I would go from 0 to 12 with Bryzit in a snap of the fingers. And then I would also be able to use social trainers for great benefit as well. That's the real kicker, is when you combine trainers with passions. And then you know, because they're multiplied effects. I did trade with all three, yeah. Wendy has been happier. Noted. Keep an eye on that. How's my guest? Idle, but happy. Oh, you no longer need the sleep accelerator, though. I'm just going to break that down. No longer believes in the same transhumanism that he showed up with, so might as well sell it. Refund it. Cheers. All right, question for you guys. Should Brazit run a trade run? All right, do a trade run. AKA, leave the map tile and try to buy something from a colony elsewhere. 2.5 minutes to vote on that. I'm not really sure where we would go. That's the bigger question of, like, where I'm going to be able to buy things that matter to us. Whoa! Lazarus, ALS Gamer, thank you for the gifted subs. Have you seen Hedge Knights, the premiere? Because, you're prominently on there with 2 characters. Character and a pet. Just wanted to make sure you knew. As my thank you from me to you. For all the support. Well, thanks for tuning in, and welcome. I appreciate it. You know what? I'll even go pink. It is, it's 2 a week, Hedge Nights, Tuesdays and Thursdays. The other thing I wanted to do for Wendy is I did get an architect arm, and I wouldn't mind replacing her left shoulder with an architect arm. I don't think I'm going to be doing these surgeries until after the mech clusters, though. I don't want her anesthetized with 2 mega mech clusters incoming. So she's due for the arc arm, but not quite right now. So the Acolyte's been here for about half the time. 5 of 11 days. In my experience, I usually see the threats to whoever you're hosting, like, stacked up right at the end to be extra super obnoxious. So maybe that will happen again. Highmates aren't capable of violence. They'll never be in a raid, yes. But they could be slaves to be sold. One thing that's crazy is I've not had the opportunity to buy anything on an orbital trader. Like, I have very few orbital traders show up, and the ones that show up are never, like, slave traders or anything like that, so... So Brazit doing a trade run. What faction should Brazit go to? So I could go to Amtas, which is tribal, Inalor, or Glitterworld. So there's that next poll. Just keep tidying up. Okay, looks like it's going to be Glitterworld. I am okay with that. Hey, anonymous gifter. Thank you for the gifted subs. Whoever you are. I'll drink to that. All right, let's get him out sort of ahead of time. So, Brazzy. We're going to give you... Because you're just going to Farscape home, right? You have your Psi Focus is maxed. Yep. How can you turn off mechs? During the scenario setup, turn off mechs. Just, oh, hey, the pink boxes actually get born. Turn off the faction of mechs, and then you're going to need a mod that Cathanon made, which disables Inquest disabled faction quests. Join Discord and I'll link it to you after I'm done streaming. So these guys already have names. I've pre-raffled to my Patreon patrons. So this one is gonna be Shield. And your last name, Vladislav? Yeah, that works. Or maybe Bekro. Name me after your mother. If anyone was going to be misandrist, it would be Wendy. So you are a Neanderthal baby. A really good one, too. Strong melee and everything. And then this one is the Impid. And I like this, too. And it was a healthy vat birth. And this one is also pre-named. The last one, this last growth vat, is going to be raffled, by the way. So, let me get the raffle timer up. It is going. And everyone that just had gifted subs, you are all eligible. Gift or prime or whatever. It makes no difference. So raffle timer's up and good luck. So you are going to be Val. And you are Val Vladislav. All right, that works. And you are I think you're actually the first Impid hybrid that can be a full-fledged colonist. You're female, so it means I'm not likely to put you in the cryptosleep casket, but I'm not really sure what to do with you. Maybe you could be a planter. Maybe I'll have you be an Impid planter, which kind of goes against what Impids are about, but that's hilarious. Because, you know, Impids have poor plants, so I'll just reverse that and go, oh, nope, this one is a bit different. So the next things I want to do is the illness here needs to be tended. So, and then Val is going to need the baby xenogerm implanted. And then Shield will also have the baby xenogerm implanted. You know, I actually might want to do a custom xenogerm for Shield here to give better immune system for Shield. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, because Shield is sick. And I don't want to have to spend too much time tending a sick baby, because I'm lazy. So super immunity is obviously going to be added. Intense UV. Oh, actually, let's just load the template of baby, and then add super immunity. And then pay for it somehow. I don't even need to pay for it. Oh, there. Awful animals. Awful craft. Oh, no, I don't want awful animals. What I do want to add, though, is great plants. I probably actually want to redesign the baby xenogerm to throw out all the baby xenogerms that I currently have. So let me actually cancel this and incorporate great plants into it, so that the purpose of that is so that they can learn plant skill in the vat. So let's load up the baby xenogerm again. And I'm going to add Psych-Doll Great Plants to it. And then get rid of the Poor Plants. Oh, but Poor Plants is paired with Great Intellectual. I don't need Intellectuals as much as I need Farmers. So I'm going to prioritize the Great Plants over it. And then I don't have any other Greats, because I already have Great Melee out there. So it was Reduced Pain and Great Melee that I need to sell. I forgot to sell it. So this is the new baby... What am I going to call this? Baby 5511. Save template and start combining. And then I'm going to do a custom one for Shield, because Shield is sickly. So then load the baby... So 5511 is just the current year. I'll add super immunity, and this one is going to be for Shield. Or not. Come on. Okay, whatever. I'll just name it Shield. Where are you taking... Oh, to the hospital. So then Val, you need to be taken somewhere safe. And then there's a Rurify hybrid. Just a little reminder of what's getting raffled. It is a fur skin. It's a Edekin dirt mole hybrid here, who's gonna get born in a minute. Awful Plants was in there? Oh, was it? It might have been overwritten though. Let me load up the template again. Oh yeah, because Great Plants is grayed out. Okay, so let me cancel these. Thank you for catching that. So there's no way I don't have Awful Art on its own. So, yeah, this is it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 greats. Still works for me. So save template, start combining, and call this one shield, and start combining. New baby is going to be the Venom Robot. Interesting name for a robot. Or for a baby. Like, none of the power grid has been expanded upon. All right, Bryzet, are you just sitting in the pod waiting? Oh no, you're not in it yet. I had all of a sudden a little bit of panic of like, has been Bryzet just like sitting in that transport pod this whole time? The metabolic efficiency of the baby xenogerm implant doesn't really matter because they're in a growth vat, and growth vats aren't affected by metabolic efficiency. So it's only when they're out of the vats that it would ever matter. So I'm not too concerned about the metabolic efficiency of the baby xenogerm. It's the prisoner one that I care about. The prisoner one makes them eat a certain amount. All right, Brazzy, you on your way out? This is probably way too many corsets, to be honest. But he'll just far skip them home. It doesn't really matter. The cleaning project has been working out pretty well. We've definitely cleaned up a chunk of this polluted map tile already. As you can see, the uptick of the waste that we have. So the children aren't really being cared for, so I'm going to have Wendy kicked up to high childcare. I'm a little worried about them starving to death, but she is very happy to neglect them until they die. And Bryzet, please tell me there's something worth buying here. Please. Alcohol impervious. Mass chaos skip, vertical pulse. Vertical pulse is nice. There's a bunch of art trainers. Given enough art trainers, I could turn someone into like a decent artist. Unfortunately, I only had an Insanity Lance, which sucks because I really wanted a Shock Lances. That's primarily where I came out here for. And there's really not that much else. Let's take a look at the Persona Sword. Mad Wailing Hunger Pangs? Yeah, no, thank you. Oh, man. I'll just buy more skill trainers. Just like bankrupt myself buying skill trainers. I don't really care. There we go. Accept. And first get back. Mech cluster. That's, yep, this is definitely one of the double-sized mech clusters. Unfortunately, my cloth is smack dab in the middle of it. So let's hope there's not too much fire source here. So it's a climate adjuster making it colder. It's not going to turn on for 11 days. I don't see any high shields or low shields, do you? They have 5 mech drop beacons. So this thing is going to drop a lot of hostility. And it is assembling pike blasters. Oh man, there's so many assemblers. 10 assemblers. But yeah, I don't think there's anything protecting it from, let's say, antigrain warheads. But there's an alternative way to deal with this, which is to try to encourage enemies to get pissed off and pollute retaliate. The only problem with pollution retaliation is that most of the pollution retaliation are breachers. So I think the breachers are likely just to plow through my walls and not get countered by this. Yeah, this is probably a max size mech cluster doubled, so it's like a 20K-er. It's, I mean, it has a lot of guns or whatever, but it's not too scary. Plus, I think I can mortar it down. We also have a doomsday launcher collecting dust, that's true. There's just not a good place to doomsday it unless I pepper it full of shells first. And I'm probably going to try to take it out the most economical way possible. So this mech cluster is related to the quest, yeah. So this is the safeguarding acolyte cluster. Oh, they both have... There we go, vertical pulse. The other thing I could do, which I think would be very, very effective, is to pop it open and just like Insanity Lance, Centipede blasters, and have the cluster sort of destroy itself. That and Wendy can go invisible. So I can also rain terror as an invisible threat upon them as well. She also has aerodrone salvo and other things like that. So an aerodrone salvo would rip this thing up exceedingly well. So I could spend some honor to call on a salvo. Does Bryza have a salvo? No, he's trooper squads. Okay. I'm not in any rush to have to deal with it. It's a big cluster, but it has so many easy counters. I'm mostly so what I'm doing right now is, because it doesn't really turn on for a while, I'm just going to leave it here and wait until the next cluster comes down, because I don't want to be in the middle of fighting this cluster and have the second cluster be way more dangerous, like with multiple automotors or, you know, something that is more detrimental to the community, because this one can easily be ignored until we, you know, want to take it out. So, that is my plan. Just ignore it. Still have a lot of eggs to fertilize. I'll get around to that. So, question for you guys. If I was to take the cluster out now, how should I? Mortars, Orbital bombardment. Aerodrone salvo. Or, oh, what is that? Oh, that's annoying. 1 second. Got active. Or invisibility and psycast. Or lances. Or wait. That would be the 6th option of just not take it out right now. So if you want it out now, you can vote on that. If you want me to wait, we can wait. Yeah, you know, orbital bombardment doesn't do anything to Max. You're right. Actually, that would be the laser. I think the bombardment itself does. And this is a healthy vat birth. This one was Venom Robot, so... Little reminder, if you want to name something, use the channel port redemption. And let me, that might actually be just deactivated right now. Let me double check it's even turned on. Yeah, it's turned on. Okay, cool. So you are going to need a baby xenogerm as well. But you're at least healthy. Here, buddy. Just robot? You got it. I like how Violet is cleaning up your vat birth. Nothing to see here. Wendy's having to do a lot of childcare because we don't have the xenogerms out in time. So because I haven't made any of them, let me just get rid of them. Baby, baby, baby. 5 of them we're just going to toss because they're outdated now. You guys also want me to wait for this cluster, so I'm just not even going to bother with it. We'll see what the next one has in store. Oh, don't be crying on me. You want to grow up with both kidneys? You better behave. Grandma Wendy is going to take your kidneys. So now all the extra baby xenogerms are sold. And hopefully someone that likes science will go back to it. I'm going to have Wendy kick up her priority as well because I really want to put the babies back in. Val is a nimble body purist. Well, body purism might work for a brawler if they dodge well enough. I mean, you're more nimble. But my guess is you're going to lose body parts pretty quick. And that also means that Tati's about to have a growth opportunity too. And then Krabs and Krieg will be shortly thereafter. Yeah, if you keep crying, you might lose a lung as well. Exactly. You know how it is. Here's Tati's, a careful shooter. That sucks. Oh, man. Tati, you're really turning into something bad. A fort attack. Provide 8 soldiers to carry out the attack, guarded by 5 wasters. It might be an opportunity to capture wasters. Unfortunately for me, I don't have any shock lances. This expires in 10 days, though, so it would give me a chance to buy shock lances, perhaps. Given the external temperatures, actually, let me go ahead and call in a trade caravan. So question is, should I provide soldiers for the fort attack? Yes or no? And here are the rewards. Honor, L-Tech shirt, uranium, side trainer stun, venom talent, gold. So it's not that much rewards. The reward is probably the chance to capture wasters more than anything else. Because my waster prison is only 4/7 full. Baby xenogerm, baby 5511, and Val, this is yours. Oh, Val's being held right now, so I'm going to put it in robot. Shield's xenogerm is almost done. And then shield will still be tended until the infant illness goes away. But the xenogerm should help with that. Oh, we also have baseliner egg. So this is shield xenogerm. Going in shield. Done. Wrong quality medicine for robot, but whatever. Okay, and you are going to then be grown. So insert person, robot. I'm not entirely sure that super immunity helps with grave illness. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Either way, doesn't matter. Doesn't change anything for me. Just tend him until the disease goes away. But then we're also cooking up Val's now. Does not look like you guys want me to do the fort attack, so I won't. We're back to trying to produce corsets for trade, and I could attempt another trade with Glitterworld Empire or someone else once we have a few more than what I've got right now. Scorpio's here for 5 more days, so I'm hoping that that it shows up soon so I know what the threat is. It sure is taking a while. Once I'm done dealing with the babies, my next task will be to deal with all the eggs that the colony has right now, because there's tons of prisoner and colonist eggs just sort of hanging about. So we'll get them fertilized. There's 6 in the prison, and then I think like 5 colonist and slave eggs as well. The rice amount is going up, though. I was at 500 earlier, now I'm at 1,500. So, heading the right direction, at least. Oh, Lilin. Finish the project. There we go. So this is now Val's. Done. I hate when the colonists have like 2 seconds left on a task. And they just abandon it. So I'm just queuing up some extra baby xenogerms if I need them. We shouldn't need them for a while. Running the operation on Val myself. And then we'll stick them all back in the pods. So if we take a look at the passions here of like Venom Robot. Oh, well, you're too young to have passions. But if we take a look at the xenogerm at least of Robot. Where are you? You'll be able to level up melee, mining, plants, crafting, and medical at a decent clip while in the pod. Trying to make more useful colonists. The other thing I meant to do is call in my allies. So now we have trade caravans coming probably the 5th of April, May. I just need that shooting gene. Yeah, shooting and social. Those are the big ones. Someday, right? I'm going to take a bit of a risk here and install the architect arm and just risk anesthesia. So that's left arm. Because it's rare that she's sleeping. Might as well do it. I'll have a bionic arm left over. Rogi has... So who should get the bionic arm? So someone with wounds, scars, or missing fingers, a brawler, or a crafter. So analyzing it, our doctor is missing a finger, which isn't that big of a deal because she also has elongated fingers, so there isn't a lower than 100% manipulation. Rogi has a arm scar, which is painful. Frosty has a missing finger as a brawler. Mitty has a missing finger as a brawler. And then that's about it, I guess. When he is now double architect armed. We do have that spare bionic arm just like laying here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the first Wendigo, which originally streamed live on Twitch April 2nd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. Hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Wendigos,